Well, good morning. Today we got a little bit more shredding to do. We're actually going to go to the worst spot on the farm, hillside wise. Had to fill a depth this morning, so we're going to get after it. Well, good morning. I don't know how well the audio came through or didn't come through on another little intro clip that I shot, so I'll go ahead and say good morning again. Today we're doing probably the worst part of the working out here, which is shredding our irrigation reservoir. The hills are very steep, and it's my least favorite thing to do. I do not like leading the tractor, as I mentioned in one of the other videos. So, but it's something that has to be done. Somebody's got to do it, so I'm gonna get after it and take care of it. But it's April 26th. The last video that I did, I really talked about, we were shredding over at the forest. I didn't get a chance to really do an outro. We went under a tornado warning, and so we were pretty interested in getting everything out of the field and back to the shop. So after we got done doing that, you know, he bugged out and went home. So I just want to give you an update. Everything's fine. We didn't end up having any sort of real extreme weather. It was just really some rain. I don't know exactly why we actually went under a warning, because it wasn't not any that I saw anyway. Maybe some other areas in the county got bad, but as far as where I was at, it was pretty mild. So anyhow, well, I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I'll catch y'all later. For those of you that want to know what it's like shredding on an incline, yeah, you really find something to hold on to in the cab and hold on for dear life. This is my like I've said many times, this is not fun, particularly because, you know, when they send us over here to do this, they say, well, nobody's ever rolled a tractor. Well, you feel like it the whole time, and you're going to look like an idiot if you're the first one that actually accomplishes that task. So, and then when you're going around corners, which is what we're about to do, this is the worst part, because this one kind of mellows out, but don't know how to describe it. It feels like the front end of the tractor is about to just keep going straight, and you're just gonna fall over. It's a really terrible feeling. But now we're back on flat ground. I typically like putting the downhill side on this bar so I can brace against it instead of having to hang on, because I feel like just being able to lock the muscles up is a lot easier than having to actually engage your bicep to hold you there. So but yeah, next time I go up on one of the worst inclines going the opposite direction, I'll turn the camera back on and y'all can experience that with me. Slanted part. So here we go, pulling into it. So this part, this pass here is probably not even the worst one. I would say that it's the next one that's bad. Make sure. And I mean, it's not great. Hopefully the camera is doing justice to how angled I am relative to the horizon. Hopefully y'all can see that. Now, the worst part, even being on such an extreme angle like this, really isn't the angle. You get used to it pretty quick. You'll find a hole dug in the side of this dam, or you know, or the tractor will lose traction. You'll start sliding down the side. And the one thing you want to do when you're on an incline like this, there we went sliding a little bit. When you're on an incline, the worst thing you can do is be really reactive with the steering wheel. You want to just feather it, whatever, like very slight movements. Because if you do a large movement, that's how you'll get in trouble and roll a tractor. So I'll let y'all ride around this pass. If I make a funny face or something, it's because I'm legitimately nervous. I guess if I do roll a tractor, we'll have some funny footage of it. Except, you know, the fact that I don't have my seatbelt on, so if I do roll, that's probably the end of me. I would assume that my neck would break. All the metal probably hit this damn thing, and then the roof, which, you know, these tractors are equipped with a rollover protection system. So basically, the four pillars here are structurally like a roll cage. And so it will offer you some protection, but like I said, I'm not strapped in here, so it could be a wild ride, that's for sure. So this side right here, I think, is the steepest. Although the tractor's beeping at me, it actually does not like being on its side like this. The next pass around, arguably it feels worse, and I think that's because you can't see the flat ground up here on top. I can look to my left just here, and I've got flat ground to look at, and so, you know, it's like, okay, if I start sliding, I can turn the wheel up there and I can get up there, and it won't be so bad. But at the same time, you know, like I said, you don't want to make sudden movements on the steering wheel, because that's where you'll lose traction and roll over. Woo, boy, that got bad right there. This pass over here, I'm going to try to do, you know, I don't like this one. I really don't like this one. Lift that up there. So this one, so something y'all might notice, all these ponds, this is part of fisheries. I believe this is actually the state of Texas. I believe this is actually the state of Texas's fishery type deal, and so they use our irrigation reservoir. I believe they stock that with like tilapia or something like that as food for the fish that are in this other part down here. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I believe that's what they're putting in our stuff. I got a downshift gear here because I'm going to have to pull up this hill. So this is a fun thing to do right there. And we're going to go back down. Woo! Oh. You always know you're going down a hill, like, or pretty steeply, when the dirt that's on the floor of the cab is moving from one side to the other. So I believe that's the end of this nonsense on this side. And those are rubber lined ponds, so you don't want to get the mower caught in the rubber, obviously. So we're going to go up here. And then, so that's one time around the reservoir, so we'll go ahead and start the second pass here, and this one is the one that I think is the worst, right here. Although it doesn't feel too bad after being on that last slope. I believe that last pass we just did down that front side next to those irrigation or the fishery ponds, I'm pretty sure that's the actual steepest one. But it also could be an illusion that it's the steepest one. But like I said, I do not enjoy doing this one bit. It's just something that's got to be done to keep this place looking decent. But like I said, not my favorite at all. I guess I'll mention in the last video we talked about how this week we'd probably start, or last week had the rain not been coming, we probably would have started side dressing. Well, I guess we probably got about 2 inches of rain, judging by how wet the ground is. It's barely dry enough to shred, and in fact some spots you'll see like there's standing water, and I kind of tore those up, and you know, it's questionable whether we probably should have come in here or not to shred, but they asked that this be done, so I came over here and did it. Other than that, I guess it's just going to be a game of waiting for the ground to dry out, and then once the ground's dried out, we should be ready to start planting cotton, I would guess. So this side's done now on this end. So once we start planting cotton and side dressing, because all the cotton stuff that'll have to be post planting, you know, we'll post-emergence irrigation and fertilization on that. And we still got quite a bit of corn to side dress. And let's see, do we have any milo? There might be some milo that needs some fertilizer. I'm not too sure on that, or what we're gonna do. I planted some double row corn that we need to definitely throw some fertilizer on. We just ran that experiment to see what would happen. The no-till field that I filmed with, that we planted into that grass, that field needs fertilizer. That is actually all up, looks pretty good. So that definitely needs to be fertilized, because I actually think that that's going to make a decent crop if we get fertilizer on it. Let's see, anything else that I can think of at the moment. Here's the worst corner to turn across. Even I don't think it's going to be too bad right now. Yeah, so we just got to finish that corner up, and that's really the last of the bad stuff. We got one more pass to make down the far side there along the base. This pass that I'm making right now. But really the worst part's done of shredding this thing. So anyway, I'll let y'all go, and I'll probably do an outro of this part and make it its own video once I'm done. Well, if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate y'all watching. This is going to be the end of this video. Like and subscribe, leave a comment what y'all want to see. I'm pretty open to filming whatever y'all want. Just have to let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.